Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Liam Douglas here with Liam Photography, coming at you from beautiful Roxborough, North Carolina. I'm sitting out on my front deck today, and in this video I want to talk about what will be coming tomorrow at the Fujifilm X Summit in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, if you don't already know, the X Summit will be starting at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, pretty early in the morning for those of us here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm going to try to be up in time to watch it. Whether or not I'll make it, I don't know, to be honest. And just for giggles, I'm trying acros for this video, just because I wanted to do something different. But before we get started here, please remember to check out the Liam Photography podcast. You can find it anywhere that podcasts are found, and I have a massive back catalog of episodes with 343 as of this recording that you can go back and listen to at your leisure. Alright, so some of the things that we do know that are coming tomorrow at the X Summit. There is going to be the announcement of the XS20, the replacement for the XS10. Now, some of the details we have about the XS20, thanks to Patrick at Fuji Rumors, is the XS20 will be capable of 6K 30p, 4K 60p. It'll be capable of 422 10-bit internal recording, which the XS10 could not do. It's also supposed to get the new AF system that the XH2S has, where it can do product showcased focus lock. So if I was to hold something up in front of my face, it would lock on it. When I took it down, it would lock back onto my face. More accurate tracking for subjects and stuff like that. Now, there is also going to be the announcement of a new XF 8mm f3.5 lens that is supposed to be announced tomorrow during the X Summit as well. The retail price for that is $7.99 US, and the retail price for the XS20 is $12.99 in US dollars. Now, another exciting thing that's coming tomorrow is the announcement of the new Fujifilm camera control app for your smartphone. So the rumor is they're going to announce the new app tomorrow. Whether or not it'll actually release tomorrow, I do not know. It probably will be a little bit later on this year. We'll have to wait and see. But the new app is just going to be called the X app, and that will be for controlling your X series cameras as well as the GFX series medium format cameras. And it's supposed to be much improved over the current app, which we all know leaves a lot to be desired. Okay, some of the other things that may be talked about, possibly they may make a development announcement on the next GFX body. Rumors are it's going to be another one in the 100 series. If it is, I'm thinking they're going to follow the same naming convention that they used with the X100 line, and they've been using so far with the GFX 100 line, and that's that the next camera, being it's the third GFX 100, it'll be called the GFX 100T. Because the first one, of course, was called the GFX 100, the second one was called the 100S for second, so logically the next one should be called the X100T. Now, you're probably wondering what is going to happen with some of the other camera bodies lines that have been recently discontinued. You have the XE4 was discontinued. The XT4, which I'm shooting this on, has been discontinued. The X Pro 3 that I recently bought or got has been discontinued. The GFX 100's been discontinued, and the GFX 50R has been discontinued. And last but not least, the XT30 Mark II has also been discontinued. Now, whether or not we're going to see any more cameras in some of these lines is really hard to tell. Now, I guess recently, a few months ago, a Fujifilm executive or manager or something like that, when asked about the X Pro 4, the only comment he made was that it would be released when it's ready. So hopefully that means there is an X Pro 4 coming at some point. If I misspoke a minute ago, I apologize. So possibly that line will still go on. It was one of their first, it was their first flagship line, the X Pro line. So it would make sense that Fuji would keep it around. Now, what about the XE line? That one's a little bit trickier, and there's been some fluctuation in the release time frames for the XE bodies. You had the XE1 came out in 2012, the XE2 came out in 2013, and then I think the XE2S came out in 2015, I want to say. The XE3 came out in 2016 2017, I think it was, or 18, and then the XE4 came out in 2020. So they've been slowly increasing the gap in between the release of those bodies. So maybe we will see an XE5 possibly by the end of this year. Hard to tell yet. Now, will the XT10 line continue? Again, totally up in the air. They've done the XT10, 20, 30. They did the 30 Mark II when everybody expected them to release an XT40. They didn't. They did a second version of the XT30. So whether or not we're going to see any more in that line, I honestly don't know. I'm kind of thinking that maybe they're going to discontinue that line. It's an entry-level camera body, but they now have the XS line, which can take the place of the XT10 line. So maybe they're going to go that route. The XT10 line has always had the same classic stylings as the XT line, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. But now they've gone with the XS, which is shaped more like a DSLR. So maybe that's the route Fuji's decided to go with their entry-level body. All we can do is wait and see. Now, I am also excited to find out if they're going to announce any new film simulations, because you had the release of the XH2S, the XH2, and the XT5. None of those cameras got a new film simulation. So, will we get the announcement of a new film simulation for those newer bodies during the X Summit tomorrow morning? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see. It's kind of unusual for Fuji to release new bodies and not release an accompanying film simulation with them. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Now, I'm sure they're going to do some other development announcements, maybe about the, like I said, the next GFX 100. I doubt we're going to hear anything about the GFX 50R replacement. There might not be a replacement. I don't know. It's kind of funny. They've done 2 of the 100s so far and 2 of the 50Ss so far, but only 1 of the 50R. And it might just be that the rangefinder body styling, even though I prefer that for my medium format, maybe it's not popular enough, didn't sell well enough. Who knows? That could be one of the reasons for the discontinuation of that line, and not even any rumors about there being another version in that line. So again, we'll have to wait and see what Fuji announces. Now, also remember, besides the X Summit in Bangkok, Thailand tomorrow, Fujifilm is also hosting Fuji Kina on May 27th in Bangkok, Thailand as well. So if you're able to get over there, you got some time off, you want to take some vacation time, head on over there. I'm sure that Bangkok in late May is going to be beautiful, and there's going to be lots of photo opportunities that you could get while you're over there. I'd love to go myself, can't afford to at this time and place, but hopefully maybe someday down the road. Thailand and Japan and South Korea are 3 countries I've always really wanted to get to, besides the UK and Australia. So maybe someday my wife and I will get lucky enough we'll get to go visit some of these wonderful countries. Alright, now, also wanted to remind you to make sure you get your entries in for my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. You can find the details for that in the rules and everything down in the description below in for this video. Also, please remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on all notifications, leave a comment, leave what your thoughts are on what's going to be announced at the X Summit tomorrow. There's a good chance they may announce 1 more or maybe 2 more GFX lenses. Hard to tell, but so far, unless they give us a new updated roadmap, the XF 8mm 3.5 is the last lens on the current Fujifilm lens roadmap, the only one that hasn't been released yet. So is that going to finish out the line of XF lenses for the time being, and then they'll work on down the road version 2s and 3s of all the lenses like Canon and some of the others do? Who knows? Or maybe they'll give us a new updated roadmap during their X Summit with some new lenses that they have coming in the near future. Maybe they'll expand the lens roadmap for the GFX line as well. I don't know if they will on the GFX line or not. They've got a decent number of lenses for the GFX line, and realistically, how many different lenses do you need for a medium format system? You got the 32 to 64, you got the 35 to 70, you got the 50mm, you got the 45mm, you got the 23mm, you got the 100 to 200, and then you got a 250 or something like that for the longest telephoto lens for the GFX mount. So whether or not they're going to announce any more lenses for that line, I kind of doubt it, but who knows, maybe they'll surprise us. I'm really excited about the new X app that's coming. It'd be really cool if they actually released it into the app stores tomorrow, but I have a feeling it might not be quite ready yet, although, again, it's hard to tell. They have been working on it for a few years now, so maybe it is completely ready. But anyways, if you're able to, make sure you tune in to the X Summit at 5 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, May 24th, 2023, to hear about all the exciting new announcements and designs, development announcements, body announcements, lens announcements, software announcements, whatever may be coming. Hopefully there'll be some more firmware updates released. I know a lot of people are hoping for firmware 3.0 for the XH2 and the XT5. It's already out for the XH2S, there we go. So it's already out for that, and it's been a really popular firmware. Hopefully it'll come to those other two bodies in an announcement during the X Summit tomorrow. All right, that's all I got for you today. I will see you all in the next video.